My teaching philosophy when it comes to education and learning is related to several cognitive theories of motivation. I believe children need to be motivated to learn, and I feel that it is my responsibility to create an environment for my students to learn, grow, and have fun. I want to treat all of my students with respect and understanding. I believe children learn in many different ways, and I plan to incorporate different learning modalities in my lessons to reach every student's different way of learning. Scientists and psychologists have developed a number of different models to understand the different ways that people learn. One popular theory that I feel very strong about is the VARK learning system. Kinesthetic learners are hands-on experimental learners. They would much rather be physically involved in an assignment than to just sit back and watch. Reading and writing learners learn best when reading and writing the material. This allows them to interact with the text. Visual learners prefer to see information and visualize the relationship between ideas. Auditory learners like to hear information rather than reading it or seeing it. For my first day script, I will start with my morning procedures. First, I will greet my students at the door. I will shake each student's hand, ask their name, and show them into the classroom. I will give each student their classroom number and tell them that this is their number and this is how they will find their desk and their cubby. After the class has settled, I will sit in their seats. I will introduce myself. I will tell a little bit about my history, my background, and maybe even a funny story or two to loosen the students up. The students will greet the teacher at the door before receiving their number. After they know their number, they will find their cubby and hang up their book bags and jackets. Students will find their name on their lunch clothespin on the behavior wall and move the clothespin to either the hot or cold lunch. This will help me know which lunch everyone is having, and it'll be an easy way for me to take attendance. Students will remove their folder from their book bag and find their desk so that they can begin their morning work. The classroom rules. The first rule is to be honest. One very important aspect of the classroom that I want students to be introduced to is to be honest. The rules will be posted on the behavior wall for students to reference. So as they look at these rules, they will know what I expect of them. I want to stress the importance of these rules. Like the first rule, being honest. I need my students to know that they can tell me anything, even when they forget their homework. It's okay just to be honest. Appropriate voice level. Students should never yell, and they need to understand that there are times when there will be no talking at all, such as walking in the hallways. Students should show respect to everyone. They should show respect to each other, as well as other teachers and guests. Students should wash their hands after using the restroom. Students should keep their hands and feet to themselves. It is not nice to hit or invade another person's space. There is no running in the classroom or the hallway. We save those activities for recess and gym. The consequences of breaking these rules. In my classroom, we will do a 3-strike system. If a student is caught breaking a rule, they will receive strike 1. Strike 1 is a warning. The student will place a stick in a pocket under their name on the behavior wall. Strike 2. If a student breaks a second rule, they will place another stick in their pocket and lose 5 minutes of recess time. Strike 3. If a student continues to break the rules and receives another stick in their pocket, they will receive a red card and have letters sent home to their parents. Bullying is an automatic red note. Bullying is not accepted, and anyone who is caught interacting with the bullying will receive a red card, and anyone who witnesses the bullying should be responsible enough to tell the teacher immediately. Students who follow the rules correctly all day will be rewarded. Students will receive leader cards. This is a card that they will receive for showing other students how to act appropriately. This card has their name on it, and it'll be placed into a jar. A student can receive multiple cards throughout the day. At the end of the week, the teacher will draw a name from the jar, and that student receives a prize. When the whole class acts appropriately and follows all the rules and interacts good during group time, I will remove a marble from the jar. When that jar becomes empty, they will receive a class party. My policies. Restroom. Students will receive 4 bathroom opportunities throughout the day. Students can go to the bathroom before class starts, before and after lunch, and after recess. Each student receives 1 emergency pass per day. If they have to go after that pass is already gone, they will have to lose 5 minutes of recess time. The homework policy. Students will have a take-home homework folder. They will take it home daily. It will contain a week's worth of homework, and they will be required to do that night's homework. The students will return the folder every day with a completed assignment and the parent's signature. Students who do not return the homework will receive a strike. 2 or more strikes a week will result in a loss of recess time. If that continues, the parents will be scheduled for a conference. Attention grabbers. When students get off task, I will use attention grabbers to get their attention. When students aren't paying attention and need a little bit of guidance to refocus, the teacher will say, "Hocus pocus." The class will return with, "Everyone focus." When the class is not lining up correctly, the teacher will say, "Macaroni and cheese." Students will reply with, "Everyone freeze." When the students are being very talkative, the teacher will start with, "Yakety yak." The students will reply, "Don't talk back." Absences and tardies. Students will Students are encouraged to keep absences and tardies to a minimum. I understand that it is very difficult to not miss any school and not get sick. I know it is sometimes impossible to keep a perfect attendance. So, in those cases, I've set a policy up to allow those students not to get behind. Students must turn in a doctor's excuse when they are absent. So students need to complete the homework that they missed in their homework folder. Any work that the student has missed throughout the day will be put into an absent folder and also need to be completed. The end of day procedures. At the end of the day, the students will gather up their materials, clean up their desk around their area, and put things back in the places that they are supposed to go. Any unfinished work will be placed into an unfinished folder to be completed the next day. They will place their homework folder with their homework in it into their book bag. All students will push in their chairs and clean up their desk. Make sure their area is completely clean. Students will line up on their numbered dot in front of the classroom with their book bags and be ready to exit the classroom.